Roller derby is played in increments called jams. Each jam lasts up to 2 minutes. Both teams field up to 5 skaters at the start of the jam. 4 of these skaters are called blockers, and 1 is called the jammer. The jammer wears a helmet cover with a star on it and scores points for the team. The blockers are playing both offense and defense at the same time, and together they make up what is called the pack. The 2 jammers start each jam behind the pack and must get through all of these skaters for an initial pass before they can begin to score points. When the initial pass is complete, a jammer can score 1 point for every opponent they pass with their hips. The first jammer out of the pack legally is declared lead jammer, which means they can end the jam anytime they want before the 2 minutes are up. Sounds easy, right?
Good afternoon, everyone. And welcome to the hangar at Oaks Amusement Park. Glad to have you all here today. We've got some great derby for you. First up, we've got a rose petals bout between the Killer Bees and the Bad Apples. Okay, all y'all over in the hive, I'm going to give you a second chance. The Killer Bees and the Bad Apples.
Woo!
All right, we know who's winning the cheer war. All right, so a couple quick pieces of business before we get going. Please stay on your side of those black bumpers. This is for your safety and the safety of the skaters. Also, this is a juniors game, so please cheer positively and responsibly.
Thank you. Woo!
And do not coach from the stands. There are some wonderful, very experienced coaches out here coaching. Your assistance is appreciated but not really needed. So please keep the coaching to yourself.
Keep the coaching.
And one final thing, please do not walk in front of everybody while the action is going. Your fellow folks in the stands will appreciate you for waiting until the 30 seconds in between jams to go back and forth from your seats. And now, all the fun stuff out of the way, let's put your hands together for all of our volunteers who make all this possible. And for our officials on Skates and Off. And now, because none of y'all are here to see me, Shifty, let's get this going.
All right. It is my pleasure today to introduce you in the red, the Bad Apples. Number 16, Be Afraid. Number 911, Demon Skater. Number 15, Princess Leia. Number 700, Tick Tick Boom. Number 6, Grizzly Bear. Number 23, Noah Mercy. Number 523, Potato Nader. And introducing these next skaters are all first timers playing their first games here on the track at Rose City. Number 27, Sout Patch Skids. Number 145, Pterodactyl. Number 153, Candy Pane. Number 530, Morbid LaFay. Number 10, Smaxalati. Number 429, Scaramel. Number 8 is Red Rum. And last but not least, 971, Satoru Gojo. The Bad Apples. And now, without any further ado, in the black and yellow, put your hands together for the Killer Bees. Wearing number 3-1, your captain, False Glitch. 299, Rotten Mango. 50, Halsey. 423, Leonard Skinner. 54 is Magusa. 814, Lucille Brawl. Number 17, Scarburst. Number 81, Pom Pom Fury. And making their debut at the hangar today, 117, Nova Pain. Number 4, Tropical Punch. 696 is Beelzebub. 245, Lil Havoc. And last but never least, 108, T-Rex. The Bees are coached by American Gangster, Wicked Willow, and So Feisty. Give it up for the Killer Bees.
Good afternoon and welcome to a beautiful Sunday afternoon here at the hangar. My name is Omnomnomnivore and I am joined today by Puns on our stream. And we're coming at you with the Killer Bees versus the Bad Apples here for Game 1 of this weekend. If you're watching on the stream, please go ahead and drop in the chat where you're watching from and who you're rooting for. We'd love to talk to you.
Yes, we would.
Are you as excited as I am for this Petals game?
I am. I'm looking forward to this. I mean, I have no idea what to expect. There's so many new skaters.
That's part of the reason I am so excited, is that I have no predictions other than just it's going to be fun.
Indeed, it should be.
One thing I would like to draw attention to is that both teams are playing with kind of small rosters, kind of short rosters. We have 13 rostered for the Killer Bees and 15 rostered for the Bad Apples. So, I don't know. We'll be seeing a lot of people out on the track multiple times in a row, I would guess.
But they're young. They have energy.
They do have endless amounts of energy.
All right, here we go. Behind that Jam on Hawthorne jam line.
Oh.
In the black, that is 814 Lucille Brawl up against, looks like number 8, Red Rum.
And Catherine is coming from Bowling Green, Kentucky. Get it, Pterodactyl.
All right.
Hope y'all are doing okay down there in the southeast. I don't know how. I don't know if Kentucky was hit too hard by Helene or not. And Lucille Brawl is out, lead jammer in this first jam of the period for the Killer Bees.
Oh, great work by False Glitch, slowing down Red Rum. So Lucille Brawl is about a half a lap.
Oh, Lucille Brawl there making short work of those Bad Apples blockers, putting 4 on the board. Red Rum, again, only about a turn or two behind.
Mixed signals there from the bench. Gangster was saying call it off. Feisty was saying keep going. So that was a 4-4 jam.
Cherie is watching from Seattle, go Killer Bees. And Caitlin is coming to us from Las Vegas, rooting for Scaramel and the Bad Apples.
Viva Las Vegas.
I'm headed to Vegas in May.
Oh, all right. Let's see, that is
Princess Leia up against Magusa.
Yeah.
Princess Leia quickly trying the inside, not able to get anywhere.
Recycling
herself. Beautiful work on the outside, and that was T-Rex.
T-Rex.
With the nice escort to the outside. Magusa trying that same outside line, not getting very far. Nice recycle back by those Bad Apples blockers.
I wish I could read the number on the back of that shirt, though.
Yeah, me too. I want to say number starts with 5-3. Morbid LaFay.
Ah.
That's Morbid LaFay. I am not sure. 171 maybe on Bad Apples. 971. That might be Satoru Gojo.
Yeah, there we go. And that's number 16, Be Afraid, holding the line right at the front.
And there we go. Princess Leia with 4 on the board. 4 more for the Bad Apples.
And that is a forearm on Be Afraid. So that frees up Magusa.
Again, nice hit from T-Rex to the inside, stopping Princess Leia. Nice tripod work by the Killer Bees.
Tropical punch, and
Magusa getting around Morbid LaFay there.
Lil Havoc also in there helping out on that defense against Princess Leia, who is out on a second pass. Bench was packed, screaming to call it off. Princess Leia does the needful.
Hello and welcome, Bree, watching from Colorado. Go Pterodactyl with the Bad Apples. Love to see you here. Thank you for spending your, well, so far it's everybody's afternoon. I guess unless you were watching from Hawaii or someplace.
Alaska.
Oh, okay. Further west, it's going to be the afternoon.
Yeah.
There's our whistle. Candy Pane and Beelzebub. Emphasis on the Beelzebub. Candy Pane did get out, get lead jammer for the Apples. I'm pretty sure that was a back block. They're calling it a low block on somebody.
That was false glitch.
Okay.
That was definitely a big hit by false glitch.
Bigger than the pedals allow.
Definitely that.
That was a
I'm
Bud
pretty
level
sure that
hit.
would have, yeah, that would have been fine on the buds, but pedals not so much.
There's our whistle once again. Grizzly Bear up against Lucille Brawl. Killer Bees up at the top of their jammer rotation at this point.
Grizzly Bear looking for the inside lane, finds it.
Lucille Brawl right there. Oh,
Grizzly Bear
with a cut track.
Wow. All right.
I thought Grizzly Bear had gotten lead, but I guess lead's been awarded to Lucille Brawl. So the Lucille does have the ability to call the jam off. I thought we were going to end up in a 2-minute jam, but I guess Grizzly Bear had not cleared the zone of engagement.
Yes. I would like to shout out the offensive blocking by Halsey on that last pass. Halsey once again up.
Oh, nice
offense.
Positioning.
Oh, no mercy. Briefly shutting down that inside lane.
False glitch doing work. Nice. Blocking the outside lane there and escorting Grizzly Bear back into the pack.
And Demon Skater joining up with Sour Patch Skids on that defense, but Lucille Brawl is able to break through. Ooh, yeah, and Grizzly Bear gets a skate out again. There's 3 skaters in that Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box.
Sunny says, go Pterodactyl with Bad Apples, also watching from Colorado. Welcome. I hope Colorado is having as beautiful weather as Portland is this afternoon. Lucille Brawl racking up the points. Gigantic jam for Killer Bees with 16, soon to be 20 points on the board. There it is, 20-point jam for the Killer Bees, and that is going to call it. I'd like to say thank you to Two Town Cider House. Damn fine cider made here right in the Pacific Northwest. Thank you for being one of our sponsors.
They have a new seasonal mango flavored cider.
Really?
Yes. Mrs. Puns recommends.
I'll have to try it. Do we have it downstairs?
I don't know.
Ooh, halftime I'm going to have to go see if that is in the Plow Stop bar.
Yeah.
Smaxolotl and Beelzebub.
And
Beelzebub just buzzing away getting lead jammer.
And Smaxolotl losing their tail, but out. Sorry, little lizard joke there. And there's the call off.
I feel like it was a really premature call off, but maybe it was just a clear the box jam.
I'm not sure, but that was 1 point in the air for the Bad Apples, 4-1 on that jam.
I'd like to say thank you to 187 Killer Pads, an exclusive protective gear sponsor of RCR. 187 Killer Pads, often imitated, never duplicated. Stick with the best.
All right, we got Halsey jamming for the first time for the Bees.
What happened there?
Aw.
Because you've got a jammer cap on.
Yep. So
That
Be
was
Afraid was about a quarter of a second too fast there.
And got a false start penalty.
Yep. Be Afraid had slowed her roll just a tiny bit. She would have come through with like max speed right as the whistle hit.
It looked like Be Afraid was confused and was going for a blocking position on the
Yes,
track.
I believe so.
Just a temporary, I forgot I had the star moment.
Yes.
That's okay.
I would say it happens to all of us, but I've never strapped on skates because that would just be disastrous.
That was a nice Candy Pane there. Did a fantastic job of covering that inside line.
All right, there we go. 8-point jam, 40-17 is our score right now.
I keep, on the Bees, I'm like, that is great play. Amazing. It's always false glitch. False glitches everywhere on the track.
Yes. Well, one of the more experienced pedals at this point.
Yes, definitely. Lucille Brawl, this time with the pivot cap on. Tick, tick, boom, and T-Rex. T-Rex, one of the funnest jammers to watch, one of the funnest skaters and pedals to watch.
Yes.
Because T-Rex is so excited all the time.
Yes. The level of excitement is impressive.
Tick, tick, boom, able to sneak through on the inside, through on initial. Tick, tick, boom is actually, I thought for a second Tick, tick, boom was somehow ahead of T-Rex, but T-Rex putting 4 on the board and calling it off. I'd like to say thank you to Porque No Taqueria. Porque No Taqueria, the sunniest place in Portland, voted the best tacos and Mexican food in PDX. Porque No?
Porque, yes. All right, that is Leonard Skinner in the black up against Princess Leia in the red. Those are your jammers.
Smaxolotl coming in with a little bit of offense.
And there goes Princess Leia. False glitch. Little offensive seal. Oh, good block there by Candy Payne.
Beautiful job by Slaya to get through that pack.
And this is what the Bad Apples need right now. And Leonard Skinner, fly high, free bird.
Free of the pack.
Yes.
Through on initial. In a scoring position. Princess Leia stuck behind false glitch. Once again, everywhere on the track. And now it is a jammer race.
Princess Leia coming in, getting instruction from the coaches to get through and call.
Nice hit to the inside on Leonard Skinner there. Excellent job by Smaxolotl and company. That's also number 23, Noah Mercy, doing an amazing job.
Nova Payne and the Bees defense setting up to cover the inside. And we have an official timeout. Official timeout brought to you by RCR's official realtor. Welcome to PDX.
I was wondering why I was seeing false glitch as much as I was, and it's because Killer Bees are running such a short roster.
Yep.
And false glitch can go out jam after jam after jam. We're looking pretty good on penalties.
Yeah, not too many.
Nobody's above 2. Bad apples with a few more than the Bees. Saying 3 times more makes it sound really dramatic.
Right, when it's only 6 to 2.
2 to 6, yeah.
Now, if we're sitting here at the beginning of the second half and it's
10 to 30,
that would be a different story.
that would be a very different story. I feel like the music could have better vibes. It's a little slow.
Do you think I could hook in my Spotify playlist?
I feel like it's being run off of that computer, or it's Drea's. There we go. That is the whistle bringing this timeout to a close. I don't know why we brought a Killer Bee off the track, because there were too many. That would be why.
Yes, there were too many.
Pterodactyl, friends and family on the internet, Pterodactyl is out as your lead jammer. Get excited. Lucille Brawl right behind.
And now right in front.
Both jammers coming around on scoring pass. Pterodactyl trying the outside. Coming up against, I believe that's I think that's T-Rex. Yeah.
Well, it's the battle of the dinosaurs, Pterodactyl and T-Rex.
And I think T-Rex got a forearm, which is so easy when you're as tall as T-Rex and as short as Pterodactyl.
Yes.
That height difference makes it really easy to get those contact penalties.
Yes. And we have a team timeout being called by the Bad Apples. This team timeout brought to you by RCR's official realtor. Welcome to BDX.
And I'll go ahead and take a second to say thank you to Buffalo Gap Saloon and Eatery, John's Landing's favorite eatery and saloon. Both pivots having a little bit of group therapy in that Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box.
Well, that's Rebel Heart Therapy, therapy for queer, poly, kinky, quirky folks.
www.rebelhearttherapy.com.
36 days to go until Global Champs right here in Portland. Tickets are available now. It's November 1st through the 3rd at Veterans Memorial Coliseum. Get your tickets now at WFTVGlobalChamps.com.
Timeouts are a great time for our reffing crew to also be able to get a drink of water, take a breath.
To hydrate.
But
not with two-town cider.
Not if you're a junior. I'm not sniffing anybody's cups. And we actually only have one junior skating official right now, and that is Stabby. Scar, sorry.
Yeah,
I've got Scar down there too.
I was waiting for you to figure that out.
Sometimes my head likes to get Scar and Uni confused. False glitch
Is
through and lead jammer for the Killer Bees. Tick, tick, boom, recycled back to the back of the pack. Nice escort out. That is by Halsey.
And working there with Scarburst at the back.
And then 299, Rotten Mango. Good job. Rotten Mango actually headed to the penalty box on an illegal procedure.
Morbid LaFay and company waiting at the back for false glitch. Oh, false glitch going inside to out.
Everybody swung for false glitch there, and not anybody was able to make contact. False glitch just riding that outside line so beautifully.
Oh.
That was a cut track.
Yeah. Stabby saw it.
Yep. That was a cut track. False Glitch will now lose lead jammer status. Tick Tick Boom is going to be in a power jam situation, and the jam will go the full 2 minutes.
Ooh, Halsey picks up a forearm.
Yep.
So more group therapy in that Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. Bunch of things for the Bees to discuss. T-Rex with the force out.
Tick Tick Boom putting in work.
Well, there's a space on the inside. Tick Tick Boom sees it. T-Rex.
T-Rex makes it unable to complete for Tick Tick Boom. False
Great
Glitch
work there.
back on the track. Be Afraid right there
But False Glitch just accelerates to the inside of the track.
and just steps over it.
Tick Tick Boom exploding out of the pack with 4 points.
Some dynamite skating from Tick Tick Boom.
Yes.
Just over 5 minutes left in this first period. Excited to see what Pom Pom Furies are going to bring to this jam. Candy Pane out for lead jammer, followed closely by Beelzebub.
Zebub. Tropical Punch.
I was just going to
About
say,
set up on the inside. Oh, nope.
nobody was there.
Yeah, everybody sort of ended up clumping towards the outside.
And Candy Pane took full advantage of that. While I can't hear what's going on down on the track, I can see a lot of hands raised and calling to bring people together, so I can only imagine there's great communication down there. Candy Pane with a rousing cheer from our cheering section down below. Great job. Excellent read. Candy Pane getting through, picking up all 4 and calling it off before the Bees were able to put any points, additional points on the board. Excellent pack awareness.
And that 12-4 jam brings the score to 49-83.
I'd like to say thank you to Black Cat Plumbing, your local neighborhood plumbing company, and a proud sponsor of RCR since forever. Emphasis on the forever. I feel like I have been doing ad reads for Black Cat Plumbing easily for the last 10 years.
Yes. Scaramel closing off the outside lane. Good brace there from Potatinator.
Was a low block on 523. I saw that happen. Potatinator with the low block, taking a seat in that Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box.
I feel like that's almost not Potatinator's fault given the height differential. You're kind of almost set up for a low block there.
I think that skating and pedals would be incredibly challenging for that reason.
Yes.
That there's so many, you have to be so aware of where other skaters' bodies are in the pack, or you risk those contact penalties.
Yeah.
Every single time. Halsey through, picking up another 4 for the Bees.
Ooh, that is 3 Bad Apple skaters in the box right now.
Goodness gracious. That means that Magusa,
No, that's Halsey.
54, Magusa was,
Oh.
I was like, was one of the only people left on the track. But then suddenly there's nobody in the penalty box, so I'm not quite sure what happened.
Well, still 1.
But
One bad apple.
But an apple, not a bee. Ooh, apples being there, they better hustle. They're going to get a delay of game. There we go. They have to cede all their positions. Yeah, so illegal procedure, pack destruction penalties
Galore.
abound there.
Yeah.
So we
Which-
have 2 apples headed to the box on that pack destruction. They just did not have quite enough hustle in their skates to get in front of that jam line before the whistle happened.
And Leonard Skinner is happy to take advantage of that.
As they should.
Noah Mercy doing the best they can to direct the depleted Bad Apples defense.
Leonard Skinner, lead jammer, coming back around for more points.
Good effort there at the end by Demon Skater. Tropical Punch jamming for the first time.
And we have 31 people watching on the stream.
Woohoo!
That's very exciting.
I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. And that is Princess Leia in the red.
Tropical Punch on the Killer Bees. Tropical Punch eyeing it up, looking to follow some other Killer Bees through the pack.
Oh.
That is absolutely a cut track.
And Princess Leia with the power jam and the lead jam.
Candy Pane did a great job of reading that recycle and getting back just far enough to draw the cut track on Tropical Punch. Princess Leia through another 4 on the board for Bad Apples.
And the period clock is about to expire, which means we will be on jam time.
T-Rex once again everywhere. Candy Pane trying to get T-Rex. Looks like
T-Rex
everybody
does not want to be moved.
No, and everybody has marked T-Rex to get Rex out of the way.
And Tropical Punch is back out of the penalty box.
There it is. And folks, that's intermission. We've got a score of 57 Bad Apples to Killer Bees 103. You've got just under 10 minutes to go refresh your own beverages at home, maybe grab a snack, and we'll see you back in just a few.
Woohoo!
Hey folks, did you know that your head
Welcome back to period 2 of this amazing game between the Bad Apples and the Killer Bees. Just as a recap, Bad Apples are sitting at 57 points. Killer Bees are at 103. Penalties, we're still looking pretty good.
13 for the Bad Apples, 7 total for the Killer Bees. No one with more than 3.
And they all look like pretty run-of-the-mill penalties. Lots of cut tracks.
Yeah.
Lots of cut tracks.
Yes.
So as I said before we started the first period, if you're watching from the stream and there's 28 people there right now, go ahead and tell us where you're watching from, who you're cheering for. We'd love to give you a shout out. Love to give your skater a shout out. I have a sneeze that is hiding in my nose.
That's always fun.
It does not want to come out. It's just stuck. And there's not enough, I'm a sun sneezer, and there's not enough sun for me to look at to be able to make it happen.
So you're just going to be tormented for a while?
For a little while, I am, until the game is over and I can go outside and look at the sun. It's called the achoo reflex, if you didn't know that.
I
am positive you did know that. Did you know that?
No.
Oh.
This is new information for me.
It's the achoo reflex. And it actually stands for something.
Ready to go? Everybody's ready to go except for the players.
Known as the photic sneeze reflex. It's the autosomal dominant compelling helio-ophthalmic outburst syndrome.
I see.
Yeah, you look at the sun and you sneeze.
Someone worked hard to get that.
They did. That was science being like, I know what I want to call this. Let's see how many words I can string together to make it happen. But, I mean, put that in your back pocket.
I will.
You got the puns. I got the science. There's the 5-second call from our NSO.
Got a little jammer love there between Lucille Brawl and Be Afraid. Be Afraid looks for the inside lane, finds it. About a 15-foot maybe lead on Lucille Brawl.
And I feel like actively shrinking.
Both jammers shedding speed coming into the pack.
Beautiful little bean dip there by Be Afraid, trying the outside line, not able to keep both skates inbound.
And false glitch with the run back.
Lucille Brawl now with points on the board. Be Afraid being denied, but just for a second.
And there's a call off, but a little bit too late.
Killer Bees able to put 3 additional on the board for a total of 7-4 for that jam.
And we're going to see number 50, Halsey, jamming. Halsey remembers that they're a jammer.
I think they were just talking strategy. Just
right.
strategy.
That totally did not look like Halsey totally forgot.
Smaxolotl is jamming for the Bad Apples.
Potato-nator holding the line at the end there, but Halsey able to escape to the outside.
Smaxolotl stuck behind T-Rex and company. That's T-Rex and Nova Payne and Beelzebub putting work in, doing a great job. Excellent work by T-Rex trying to escort Smaxolotl to the outside. Not quite able to make it happen, but a valiant effort.
And here comes Halsey on a second scoring pass. And there's the call off.
Who do we got on the lineup this time?
I see a 7 on the end of that.
That is a 17. Scarburst?
Scarburst.
And then 23 of some sort on the Bad Apples.
Noah Mercy.
There we go. False glitch setting up with the offense right there. Unfortunately, Scarburst did not read that. Doesn't seem to matter, though. Scarburst through without any friction or hesitation. Why did we call that jam off?
I do not know, but this is an official something or another.
I saw 5 skaters on both teams. I am guessing it is something having to do with the skater in red. That's number 6 on the Grizzly Bear. Maybe
Yeah.
got something in their eye?
Yeah, that's kind of what it looks like from here.
Yeah. That hurts like a son of a gun. I am so sorry, Grizzly Bear.
So this next jam will feature Red Rum up against Lucille Brawl?
Magusa.
No, Magusa. Magusa going inside to out and into the teeth of the Bad Apples defense.
Magusa has really one to beat. Red Rum headed to the penalty box.
It's like a contact penalty of some sort.
Yes.
And Magusa snakes through the pack.
Oh, illegal contact. It's like I can't hear without my subtitles. I can't watch without my penalty reference guide. Magusa excited coming around after picking up 4.
I feel like Magusa just came in and just paralyzed the pack, just turned them to stone to skate right past.
Ooh, valiant work there by number 27 on the Bad Apples. That is Sour Patch Skids. Great job. Red Rum back on the track. Big recycle back to the jam line.
Magusa getting held up on that Bad Apples tripod at the back.
Red Rum with 1 to beat in T-Rex. Red Rum through on initial. We have a forearm penalty. Oh, being on Magusa. That is why they did not call the jam off. Magusa was signaling, but not until after the penalty had been assessed.
So Red Rum is through for 4.
And in a power jam for the next 13 seconds.
Possibly enough time to catch up and get some points. Bad Apples need to stop skating forward.
Oh, 4, 3, 2, 1. They picked up 3. That is 3 solid points.
Or 2.
Or 2. I would have called it 3.
We're just going to have to rely on Stabby's judgment.
It's true. She was down there. I'm up here.
Exactly.
Different angles. I guess I should say thank you to one of our sponsors, and that's going to be thank you to Ritual Dyes, Portland's local yarn shop with hand-dyed yarn, tools, and more, owned by Bud's parent and a wrecker skater.
And there goes Princess Leia. Through on the initial. Potatonator setting up the defense, or trying to get the defense set.
Princess Leia saying these are not the apples you're looking for. Magusa also threw on initial, looking to put some points on the board this time. Princess Leia calling it off.
Very energetic coaching there from the Bad Apples bench staff.
I love seeing energy from the bench coaches.
Yes. Well, it helps that most of them are teenagers, so they still have a lot of energy.
That is one of my absolute favorite things, though, of the pedals, is that the pedals are largely coached by buds and like super duper high level buds.
Yes. And there goes Noah Mercy. And that is 245 Lil Havoc, about half a lap behind. No Mercy coming in. Little spin move again.
No Mercy through for 4. Little Havoc also through for 4.
Comes No Mercy for a second run.
Nice spin move again, able to stay in bounds despite T-Rex.
And good defense at the back of the pack by a skater whose number I cannot read.
97?
971. Oh, that's probably
Satoru Gojo. Candy Pane headed to the penalty box for the Apples on an illegal position. Probably a pack destruction would be my guess.
Noah Mercy pressing to the front.
Scarburst and Pom Pom Fury really in the way there, in the best way possible. Little Havoc able to skate through during that confusion, picking up 4 for the Bees.
T-Rex with that great force out and recycle. T-Rex again.
Noah Mercy refusing to be budged from the center of the track.
That Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box is empty now.
I would like to say thank you to Sasquatch HR, making nonprofit and small business workplaces better at sasquatchr.org.
So the Bees ended up stealing 2 points on that, a 16-18 jam, despite not having a lead. There we go. That is Leonard Skinner and Be Afraid. Be Afraid, not your lead jammer. Great work by Halsey. Lead jammer goes to Leonard Skinner.
Nice recycle on Be Afraid by number 50, Halsey of the Killer Bees. Halsey then everywhere Be Afraid wants to be.
Potatonator mashing Leonard Skinner at the back of the pack.
Morbid LaFay also back there. Beautiful job by Leonard Skinner to read that where everybody was on the track, able to speed up and just absolutely blow through the pack. Be Afraid, 30 feet behind.
Wow. Leonard Skinner on the apex.
Beautiful job. Was that a Zoom Room apex jump?
More of like an apex hop, but
Okay.
you know, I think close enough.
That apex hop brought to you by the Zoom Room. That was a Zoom Room dog training apex jump. Zoom Room, filling the world with happy, tired dogs. Visit their new Hillsborough location.
And next up, we've got False Glitch and Pterodactyl. Pterodactyl looks to the inside lane, heads for the outside, sneaks past
Get
T-Rex.
through around T-Rex. Pterodactyl is going to be your lead jammer for the Apples. False Glitch, a turn behind and quickly gaining on Pterodactyl.
Credit to Smaxolotl for holding up False Glitch as long as possible.
Magusa protecting that inside line. I thought Glitch was going to come in behind Magusa and take it, but you know what Pterodactyl does instead?
And T-Rex with the call off there. There's the call off by Pterodactyl. Candy Pane jamming now for the Bad Apples.
Lining up there on that Jam on Hawthorne jam line. The jam line brought to you by Jam on Hawthorne, Portland's best vegan-friendly, booze-friendly, kid-friendly, omnivore-friendly, everybody-friendly breakfast. I actually went there for breakfast for the first time just a few weeks ago. It was delicious.
It is very good.
I can see why there's a line virtually every day. Scarburst, lead jammer for the Bees. Candy Pane right on Scarburst's heel. Candy Pane now ahead of Scarburst.
This is a very sweet matchup. And Scarburst now, Scarburst overshooting, hits the bumpers.
Getting a penalty in the process for an illegal procedure.
And Candy Pane, so there is no lead jammer. This jam will go the full 2 minutes. Candy
My
Pane?
guess is that would have been a skating out of bounds,
Yeah, I'm going to go with that.
since you said they hit the bumpers.
Yeah.
Lucille Brawl headed to the penalty box on a penalty. Let's see what it is. It was blocking with the high block. It was a high block. I always
Okay.
think A's are head blocks, but they're not. They're high blocks. Scarburst back on the track, able to get around Bad Apples.
And Kelsey forces the recycle on Candy Payne.
Nice offensive work there by Potato Nader. Beautiful job.
Yeah, way to skin the defense. Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was
cut track on somebody. That's Lucille Brawl.
I'm surprised that wasn't a contact penalty there. That was a big hit by Halsey.
Yeah, that was kind of a Buds level hit.
But totally legal.
Yeah. And this jam reaches its natural conclusion, 20-12 on that jam. Both teams now in triple digits.
Still an 8-point advantage on that one to the Bad Apples. Trying to creep back into the mix here.
Like to say thank you to 888, another one of our exclusive protective gear sponsors. The certified sweat saver developed, tested, and trusted by the best 888 pads.
All right, next up, we're going to see T-Rex and Noah Mercy. Both jammers trying the inside lane.
Both teams really testing the time between jams. Somebody wasn't in place until 29 seconds. T-Rex through.
Noah Mercy through. And there's the call off.
For a second, I thought T-Rex was like, no, I'm just going to keep going. Because that's something T-Rex would do. Okay, who do we got? Is that Grizzly Bear?
That is Grizzly Bear in the red and
696 for Killer Bees.
Beelzebub. Beelzebub. All right. That was a honey of a move. Really combed through the defense.
Beelzebub managing to stay in bounds there. I thought for sure a wheel was going to go out of bounds with that hit attempt, but no. Grizzly Bear also through for 4.
Oh, that's going to be a back block. Nope.
Just
forearm?
a contact. I think just a contact penalty.
Contact penalty. So this is now a power jam for Grizzly Bear and the Bad Apples. Kelsey with the force out.
And recycle on Grizzly Bear. Grizzly Bear, though, able to get through on the inside before the Bees were able to reform. Grizzly Bear getting some encouragement from Red Rum. Go, go, go.
Red Rum already in there doing the offensive work.
Getting up in that Bees business.
In their beesness.
In their beesness. I don't know how I missed that pun. Red Rum very excited with the assist on that. Beelzebub back on the track.
20 seconds left in this jam. Grizzly Bear looks for the outside, finds it. 8 seconds left. Possibly enough time for Beelzebub to get in.
Was something.
Yeah.
How was that not? Maybe that was an unavoidable.
Yeah.
Okay. Not hitting a down skater.
Yep.
This is why I couldn't be a ref. That's not true. I could be a ref if I put the time and effort in, but there's so many nuances to the calls. Stabby frequently explains them to me, and a lot of it has to do with, did the skater move into the contact zone, or was the contact purposeful? That's a timeout. That means that it's a welcome to PDX timeout. This timeout brought to you by RCR's official realtor. Welcome to PDX. And that was very quick.
I love the fast timeouts.
I think Lemon Stinger just needed to count some things that were happening down there.
Very possible.
Here we go, back at it. Tick, tick, boom. False Glitch is our lead jammer,
False glitch, lead jammer, tick tick boom through. False glitch also through on the inside. Tick tick boom, scrubbing some speed.
Oh,
that was
glitch.
a cut
Wow.
track.
Yeah.
Yes. On false glitch. Again, false glitch looking to call the jam off, but you can't do that if you've had some skates go out of bounds. Some wheels. This is going to leave Tick Tick Boom in a power jam.
Yes, it is really difficult to call off the jam from the penalty box.
It is. Tick Tick Boom's going to blow it all up, though.
Recycling.
I think that's Magusa again, number 54 of the Killer Bees.
And here
It
comes
is.
false glitch. All right, there we go. Tick Tick Boom is through. False glitch is through.
47 seconds left in the jam because it is going the full 2 minutes.
False glitch coming in. Looks for the inside lane. Bad apples are there, but goes outside. Manages to get around. Oh, yeah, that's going to be something or another. Contact penalty on Lil Havoc.
Oh, and that was a beautiful Zoom Room apex jump. I will call it an apex jump by false glitch. The Zoom Room filling the world with happy, tired dogs. Please visit their new Hillsborough location. We just started taking our corgi puppy to daycare
Oh,
because she is a monster if she is not tired.
would you say that she's incorrigible?
Yes, as incorrigible as they come. Red Rum and Halsey are jammers this jam.
And Halsey is through. Halsey's your lead jammer. 18 seconds left on the period clock. This could be the last jam.
It is likely to be the last jam.
Yeah.
That was something.
That's probably going to be a low block, maybe?
I don't know what Scar was saying. She's going to get an in-sub here if we're not. It was a illegal procedure.
All right, so that means that we will go the full 2 minutes.
And it is definitely the last jam.
Yes. There's no question. The period clock has expired. Oh, wow. T-Rex with that force out. T-Rex has been everywhere.
Yeah. Very much probably shortlisted for VIP blocker.
Yeah, same with false glitch.
Yeah. Red Rum now has total command of the track.
Red Rum, Red Rum.
All work and no play. Red Rum is the opposite of that.
Yeah. T-Rex, great blocking there. Again, more still.
More still.
Halsey coming around. Getting offensive help from T-Rex now.
Beautiful job by Halsey to continue to put points on the board. Red Rum able to spin around T-Rex. Looks like that fall may have rung Red Rum's chimes just a little bit. But there we go. Valiant fight to the very end. We have an unofficial score of, I'm thinking points, there we go, 156 to 214 in favor of the Killer Bees. Amazing game overall.
Yeah, this is a lot of fun.
It was a ton of fun. I hope that everybody's going to stick with us for game 2, watching the Buds, I believe it's DSDD, Descar Derby Droids up against the Bleeding Hearts.
That is correct.
And that'll start in an hour?
Starts at in 52 minutes.
In 52 minutes. Close enough to an hour. Puns and I are going to go, I don't know, hang out during those 52 minutes, but we'll be back here ready to walk you through the next game in just a little bit. Thank you so much for being with us.
See you then.
All it takes is you and I. Love's equation, our design. Is it gravity, your heart and mine? All I know is the stars have aligned. I could count the ways you lit up my life, but I wouldn't try. Your science I can't describe. Love unexplainably taking flight like a satellite. Ask me anything you'd like. I could answer every why. Oh, you wake me up like the morning light. Even darkness can't dim your bright eyes. You're the rising sun, the kindest sign that will be alright. Your science I can't describe. Love unexplainably taking flight like a satellite. This night, brilliantly simplified. I look at you and my heart takes flight like a satellite. Satellite. And when the skies are rough, the elements too much, our love will hold us up. We're made of titanium. Your science I can't describe.
For the MVPs, who's going to come out and tell me who we are? All right, let's start with the Killer Bees. All right, you have Jammer? All right, so MVP Jammer.
Red rum!
Red Rum. I love that. I love that. It's awesome. All right, who has MVP Blocker?
Be afraid.
Be Afraid. Very cool. All right, who has MVP Blocker?
T-Rex.
T-Rex. All right, and then MVP Jammer? Who has Jammer?
Lucille Brawl.
Lucille Brawl. All right, awesome picks. Okay, we have our MVPs right here in the middle for a quick photo with our MVPs right here. Right here. There you go. Come on over. That was an awesome bout by these two awesome teams. And then we'll have a photo for the whole team. Awesome.
Unexplainably taking flight like a satellite. This night, brilliantly simplified. I look at you and my heart takes flight like a satellite. Oh.
Roller derby is played in increments called jams. Each jam lasts up to 2 minutes. Both teams field up to 5 skaters at the start of the jam. 4 of these skaters are called blockers, and 1 is called the jammer. The jammer wears a helmet cover with a star on it and scores points for the team. The blockers are playing both offense and defense at the same time, and together they make up what is called the pack. The 2 jammers start each jam behind the pack and must get through all of these skaters for an initial pass before they can begin to score points. When the initial pass is complete, a jammer can score 1 point for every opponent they pass with their hips. The first jammer out of the pack legally is declared lead jammer, which means they can end the jam anytime they want before the 2 minutes are up. Sounds easy, right?
Hey folks, did you know that your
Roller derby is played in increments called jams. Each jam lasts up to 2 minutes. Both teams field up to 5 skaters at the start of the jam. 4 of these skaters are called blockers, and 1 is called the jammer. The jammer wears a helmet cover with a star on it and scores points for the team. The blockers are playing both offense and defense at the same time, and together they make up what is called the pack. The 2 jammers start each jam. Roller derby is played in increments called jams. Each jam lasts up to 2 minutes. Both teams field up to 5 skaters at the start of the jam. 4 of these skaters are called blockers, and 1 is called the jammer. The jammer wears a helmet cover with a star on it and scores points for the team. The blockers are playing both offense and defense at the same time, and together they make up what is called the pack. The 2 jammers start each jam behind the pack and must get through all of these skaters for an initial pass before they can begin to score points. When the initial pass is complete, a jammer can score 1 point for every opponent they pass with their hips. The first jammer out of the pack legally is declared lead jammer, which means they can end the jam anytime they want before the 2 minutes are up. Sounds easy, right?
Please, please, please come down now. Don't be scared, I only want to help you down. Throw down the ladder, I'll climb up the tree. Find your feet, follow me. Take your time, there's no rush. Pace yourself, just focus on the two of us. Bite back your worry, I'll show you the way. Lean on me, you know it's gonna be okay. If I do, you can do it too. Try to, you can do it just like me. First foot down on the count of three, 'cause if I do, you can do it too. Try to, you can do it just like me. Sun's gone west, time for bed. Take my hand, don't look over the edge. Give me your troubles, I won't let you fall. I won't let you fall. Step by step, we gon' make it through the door. If I do, you can do it too. Try to, you can do it just like me. First foot down on the count of three, 'cause if I do, you can do it too. Try to, you can do it just like me. If I do, you can do it too. Try to, you can do it just like me. First foot down on the count of three, 'cause if I do, you can do it too. Try to, you can do it just like me. If I do, you can do it too. Try to, you can do it just like me. First foot down on the count of three, 'cause
Good afternoon, everyone. And welcome to the hangar at Oaks Amusement Park. Glad to have you all out here today. We've got an exciting matchup for you. We have the Death Scar Derby Droids up against the Bleeding Hearts. Alrighty then. All right, before we get started, please stay on your side of the black bumpers. This is for your safety and the safety of the skaters. Also, please be courteous to your fellow patrons. Do not cross in front of them while the action is happening. Please wait until the 30 seconds between jams to get to and from your seats. Your fellow fans will thank you for that. And also, a quick reminder, this is a juniors bout. Please cheer positively and responsibly.
Hey.
And also, please do not coach from the stands. We've got some really amazing coaches over here. It's their job to coach, it's your job to cheer. All right, with the business taken care of, let's put our hands together for all of our volunteers who make all this possible. And give it up for our officials on skates and off. And now, without further ado, Toe Furious, get us going.
All right, my friend, it's my honor this afternoon to bring to you in the black. Yes, these are the droids you're looking for. Put your hands together for the Death Scar Derby Droids. Wearing 666 Ashtastic. 619 Catastrophe. Wearing number 88, it's Decoy. 618 Ghoul. 19 Gwen Reaper. 087 is Jawbreaker. 819 Kill Pickle. Number 13 Pandemonium. 76 is Cherry Jam. 177 Helmo. Oh, I'm sorry, I messed that up. 177 is Havoc. 842 is Helmo. 47 is Miss Garcia. 67 Ricochet. 411 Riot. 444 is Teenage Hurtbag. Wearing 38 Williams Skate Spear. 732 E Skate Artist. 95 Lil T Rubble. And last but never least, 612 Mystery Machine. Put your hands together for the Death Scar Derby Droids.
All right. In the red, we have the Bleeding Hearts. Number 333, Apocalypse. Number 496, Assault Water Taffy. Number 149, Avery Phylactic Shock. Number 17, Blueberry Ruffin. Number 3, Collateral Damage. Number 505, Danny DeFito. Number 11, Honey Basher. Number 1969, Klondike. Number 143, Lola the Killer Bunny. Number 56, Ludini. Number 211, Pop-Tart. Number 49, Sherbert. Number 26, Bleeding Tart. 044, Fruity Pebbles. Number 702, Jigsaw. 295, Lightning McQuinn. 508, Midnight Smack. 606, Row, Row, Wreck Your Boat. Number 0, Finny Kruger. And last but not least, 214 is Spinergy. The Bleeding Hearts.
Good afternoon. It is 2 o'clock here in sunny Portland, Oregon, and we, Puns and I, are here for Game 2 of this juniors doubleheader. And now we're watching DSDD, the Death Star Derby Droids, take on the Bleeding Hearts in the first game of their season, their first game of the season. I don't hear you.
There we go.
There we go.
Now I hear me.
Now we've got everybody
Woo-hoo.
turned on.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this.
Oh, it's going to be so much fun.
I'm not sure what to expect, and I love that.
Again, lots of brand new skaters, new to buds, which should be exciting to watch. If you're joining us on stream, go ahead and let us know who you're cheering for, team or skater, and where you're cheering from. We'd love to give a shout out, as always.
And we're going to see Avery Phylactic shot behind that Jam on Hawthorne jam line.
And then for DSDD, it looks like I need some numbers.
6 something or another. Oh, Mystery Machine.
Mystery Machine. That's who it is. There's our whistle, Avery Phylactic Shock, taking a quick trip up the inside to the outside.
Good work up there by, what is that, Catastrophe?
Catastrophe and Jawbreaker.
Yep.
But Avery gets out. Lead jammer goes to the Bleeding Hearts.
And Pop-Tart there with the force out. Oh, good work
Beautiful
by Mystery
job.
Machine.
There are quite a few skaters that I'm very excited to watch in this game. That we've either watched last season and have seen them develop. A lot of skaters on both of these teams were on our regional travel teams and really showed up in force for those games. But also just a couple of really, really bright pedals that are age-ups to buds, playing in their first buds game.
Yeah, and a couple of definitely a bunch of pedals that aged up last year who have had a year in buds to mature.
And I believe that is Ludini jamming for the Hearts and Miss Garcia jamming for DSDD.
I believe you are correct.
There's our whistle. Collateral Damage quickly with some offense there, along with Lola the Killer Bunny. Nice swing by Decoy. Ludini is out and is lead jammer.
And I'd like to definitely call out number 496, a Saltwater Taffy, for great defense containing Miss Garcia.
I believe that's Fruity Pebbles. It's either Fruity Pebbles or Havoc, one or the other. 177, Havoc on DSDD. Havoc is a recent transfer from Cherry City.
Oh, all right.
and is a very strong player.
So we are 8-1 after 2 jams. And we're going to see Bleeding Tart.
Up against Ricochet. I had the joy of coaching Ricochet during exhibition season.
Oh, all right.
So really loved, normally skates in the gorge, but is great. Yeah, that was going to be a direction. I saw that coming from a mile away on number 044.
Ooh, Bleeding Tart losing footing there on turn 4. Into the pack.
That's Fruity Pebbles.
Chloe Catastrophe. Oh, wow.
Oh, just a lot of sliding there at the front of the pack. It's okay. Usually takes the butts a couple of jams to sort of settle into the game.
Get a feel for how slick the track is.
We've got Riot jamming for DSDD. Up against Ro Wreck Your Bout, jamming for the Hearts.
And we've got one skater in that Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box.
That is the Bleeding Hearts pivot, Fruity Pebbles, who was in for a direction.
And the first skater to get a penalty in this game.
Row out, lead jammer.
Riot pressuring that Bleeding Hearts defense.
Beautiful job by Danny DeFito to just shut Riot down.
Oh, wow. Row your bout, just zip by on the outside, cuts to the end, and there goes Riot. One to beat is through.
And that is Midnight Smack backing up Danny DeFito on the Hearts, doing a great job. Penalty box is now empty. Oh, Breaded Shrimp Breaker, go Jawbreaker, cheering for you from Reno, Nevada.
Oh, wow. We are going to see Ashtastic. Bleeding Hearts need to hustle. Up against 149, that's Avery Phylactic Shock. Ash looking for a gap in the defense, finds collateral damage instead.
Ghoul headed to the penalty box for DSDD on a illegal procedure.
And here comes...
I like to call collateral damage Tom as well.
Yeah.
It's very hard for me to work against calling collateral damage by his first name.
Yeah.
Fantastic skater holding Ash Tastic here at the back of the pack. Ash actually has the cap off, is looking for a Jawbreaker, the pivot.
And there is the two-town Cider House star pass to Jawbreaker.
Jawbreaker is not a primary jammer, pivots and primarily blocks, but holy cow, I have been able to see Jawbreaker's apex jumps. I believe that she jumps over my shoulders. They are amazing apex jumps. Avery Phylactic Shot coming back into the pack. Jawbreaker through, picking up 4.
And Chloe Catastrophe. Sorry, just Catastrophe. Forgot that. I'm used to the pedals.
We get so steeped in our ways and our name knowledge. Chris Sierra says, go Pop-Tart, and Kathy Long, Charlie, keep up the D, Grandma in Eastern Oregon. Heck yes. Whereabouts in Eastern Oregon? I have a love affair with Eastern Oregon.
And here comes the offense. Is that Catastrophe? Yes, that is. Or no, is that that Kill Pickle? Both have a 19 number. Yeah, that is Kill Pickle there with the offense.
And that's Lola. Lola taking Ghoul on there, but I believe just got a forearm for it. Collateral damage, I think, got the forearm.
Yeah, I think I called out Catastrophe a couple times on that jam, but that was Kill Pickle. In my defense, one is 619, the other is 819, and those numbers look very much the same from up here.
There's Catastrophe.
Yes.
Along with Decoy and Helmo. And a side of Little T Rebel.
Mystery Machine jamming for the droids, and that is Apocalypse.
Oh, beautiful job by Enzo there. Just everywhere on the track, trying to slow down Mystery Machine.
Oh, good hit from Blueberry Ruffin.
Oh, I'm glad you called it out, because if you hadn't, I would.
Blueberry Ruffin, another of those pedals that aged up last year.
Honey Basher. Oh, go ahead. Keep going. Cut you off.
There's that whole group of pedals that aged up last year is phenomenal.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, Ruffin, Taffy, Kill Pickle, Jawbreaker, Catastrophe, like that whole group.
Phenomenal skaters.
Yeah. Oh, Decoy takes a shot. Smartly disengages.
Before getting that out of play.
Yep. Decoy, one of the juniors who also does reffing.
Decoy really a phenomenal standout on DSTD. Skated for the regional travel team over last season and was a good skater prior to regional team, but regional team really seemed to test Decoy, and she really came out as an amazing skater, and I believe a pretty fun, pretty big backbone of DSTD at this point. Go Ludini from Grandma and Aunt Tia in Deming, New Mexico.
All right.
Welcome. I think you get our furthest away award so far.
So far. Decoy and Catastrophe.
And Cat up at the front.
Doing great work up there. And Apocalypse with the Lex with a call off.
Lil T Rubble is another one of those recent pedals age ups this season. I'm very excited to see what she's going to do.
Yeah, Lil T Rubble's a lot of fun on the track. All right, we've got Miss Garcia jamming for the droids up against.
There are 6 hearts on. Okay.
All right, that's interesting. Ludini stumbles, but able to get up, grab lead jammer. Miss Garcia tied up on the shoulders of, is that Danny DeFito?
That's Danny DeFito. And Sherbert. Sherbert, another amazing standout skater on the Hearts. Also had the pleasure of coaching Sherbert during exhibition.
Yeah. Miss Garcia working
Recycled
hard.
back by collateral damage.
Yeah.
That is a hard wall Garcia's up against.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie. Ludini threw on the outside with very little hold up.
I think you got to give some credit there to offensive blocking from Jigsaw.
Yes. Again, a chase down attempt. Ludini just breezing through.
Pandemonium and company getting braced at the back. Ludini coming around. Ooh, that collides at the back of Teenage Hurtbag, and that is a back block.
It's going to put us in a power jam. Miss Garcia in the center retying a skate.
That is an unfortunate turn of events.
That is. That's going to neutralize a lot of this power jam. And the Hearts just slowly skating backwards. Oh, Sherbert caught a destruction with that. Garcia back on the track with a newly tied skate. But Ludini now standing in that Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. Collateral damage.
Wow.
Really causing some issues. Cat pass. Two-Town Cider star pass to Decoy on DSTD. Collateral damage saying no, but Decoy says yes.
2 points in the air, unfortunately, because Decoy did not put on the cap. Decoy did not record all 4 points.
I think being a pivot and having your name be Decoy is like perfect.
Perfect, yes. Bleeding Chart for the Hearts.
Up against Ricky for DSTD.
Ricky, don't lose that number.
It's the only one you got. Tart quickly to the front. Ooh, getting caught up on own teammate Klondike.
Oh,
Don't
wow.
know how that's not a couple penalties there, and it is. It's not.
Bleeding Tart is through on the initial.
177, I believe that's Havoc again, headed to the penalty box.
Here comes the offense. There's
Tart
the call off.
through, picks up all 4, but did DSTD? Oh, DSTD held scoreless in that jam. Good job.
All right, we got Riot again up against, I believe that's Robo Wreck Your Bout.
Sure is.
And
Both jammers through very quickly.
so we got a foot race here.
And the pack is speeding up. Somebody's going to have to slow that back down.
And Taffy getting a destruction penalty.
That is the hazard with speeding the pack up, is that you'll get a destruction penalty.
And Riot on a forearm.
That's going to leave Rowe in a power jam situation. Rowe, an incredibly strong jammer, is absolutely going to capitalize on this power jam.
Good
Although,
work.
I mean, we've
Ghoul,
got
Havoc, both doing good work down there.
Ghoul, Havoc, Cat, and Jawbreaker are probably not going to have much of it at all. Who is 508 on the hearts?
That is Midnight Smack.
Midnight Smack. Some beautiful blocker on blocker work there as she was trying to take down Havoc.
And here we go. Riot is back on the track.
That's a forearm being called on Jawbreaker. Hello, Catherine Lapidoff, grandmother of Chloe from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. You win the new Furthest Away Award.
By a long shot.
Chloe is one of our favorites. Hope you guys are doing okay down there in Fort Lauderdale. And that's a timeout. You know what that means. It's a welcome to PDX timeout. This timeout brought to you by RCR's official realtor, Deb Counts-Tabor, and welcome to PDX. Okay. First 4-minute impression. First of all, not 4 minutes.
14 minutes.
14 minutes. Such a fun game.
Oh, yeah.
Intense.
Very.
I think the second half is going to see us settling into the game a little bit more. I think there's going to be some pep talks that happen during halftime. But exciting to see an aggressive and physical game.
Yeah. And I think, well, I'm pretty sure the droids are getting a pep talk right now. I mean, this is a point where, you know, you're down by 43 points after 14 minutes. You need to settle down.
And get it together.
Yeah.
Come back together as a team. Figure out what your strategy is going to be. Who is number 17?
Blueberry Ruffin.
Blueberry Ruffin. I thought it was Pancakes for a second. And got really confused, but it's because Blueberry Ruffin, I believe, is Pancakes' sister.
That would, you know. So that looks like Avery Phylactic Shock and Ash-tastic. 4-3 pack advantage for the Hearts.
Jawbreaker still sitting in that Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. Oh, Decoy rejected that. Ooh, excellent move.
Good work on the inside.
Once again, hit to the inside. Great recycle back to the back of the pack.
And credit to Eastgate Artist for directing Avery Phylactic Shock into Decoy.
Yeah, those other two DSDD skaters, though, really needed to be up front there with Decoy in order to stop Avery Phylactic Shock.
And Pop-Tart doing work on the back against Ash-tastic.
Ash has got the cap off, looking for Decoy the pivot.
And doesn't need it. Good offensive work from Eastgate Artist there.
Good camera work. I can see all the way over in LeGrand. So giving a good thumbs up to my camera crew, who are amazing and do amazing work. LeGrand is actually where I have my love affair. I plan on retiring to Cove and working at Eastern Oregon State University in their School of Nursing. That's what I plan on doing. I guess if I'm working, it's not really retirement. My pre-retirement and post-retirement plan.
Droid starting off in 4 corners here. Apocalypse and
Mystery Machine again?
Mystery Machine, I believe.
Yeah. Mystery Machine quickly through Danny DeFito, trying to chase Mystery down, trying to chase Machine down.
Gwen Reaper doing a good job slowing down Apocalypse to let the rest of the droids get in.
Oh, big hit by Havoc to the outside. Lex forced to recycle. Mystery Machine coming around. Is it going to be a Zoom Room Apex jump? It's
Nope.
not, but it is going to be a beautiful backward skate.
Wow. Just quick enough that no one could get a good hit.
Havoc the last to beat for Lex. Oh, except that Catastrophe and Teenage Hurtbag both come in to reform that tripod at the top of the pack.
Along with Gwen Reaper.
Oh, I love Gwen. Machine pushing through. Again, patented spin move.
Zoinks!
Lex still not through on initial.
Nice work by Sherbert.
Oh, and Havoc is there again, followed by, is that Cat?
I
I'm pretty
believe
sure that's
Cat. And, oh, there we go. Midnight Smack with the recycle. Somehow
Sherbert, Danny, and Midnight Smack all just waiting for it right there. Machine going ahead and calling it off, saying this is not worth the extra points. 16 points put on the board for the Death Star Derby Droids, closing the gap between the two teams here to 31 points. Maribeth says, watching from Pulaski, Virginia.
Oh. We got Ludini and Miss Garcia, but first we have an official timeout. This official timeout brought to you by our official realtor. Welcome to PDX.
Plenty of time left to get your raffle tickets. I'm sure they're down there somewhere. Get your raffle tickets. $370 value in that basket today. All proceeds benefiting.
I guess I can say thank you to somebody.
That is all proceeds of our
I'd like to say thank you to 888, one of our exclusive protective gear sponsors. The certified sweat saver helmet from 888 is designed for derby, vert ramps, and everything in between. Thank you, 888.
And that official timeout has come to an end.
Theoretically.
All right, more or less. There was a whistle.
The glare on our screen is making it so that I can't quite see. I thought for some reason it had been converted to an official review.
Wow, Ludini going over.
Just over Cat.
That wasn't Cat. That was oh, that was Cat. Sorry, my bad.
Ludini coming back around. Miss Garcia.
Wow.
That's Spinergy, Honey Basher, and Klondike. Somebody got called on a direction. That's number 13 on DSDD.
Pandemonium.
Pandemonium. Miss Garcia threw on initial. Ludini has 8 points on the board so far. Beautiful work by Klondike to help get Ludini through. I also had the pleasure of coaching Klondike during exhibition, and offense is absolutely where Klondike shines.
And Ludini finding just a slight edge on the outside, but it is enough.
Ludini, one of the fantabulous jammers from the Bleeding Hearts. I wanted to say the Bad Apples because we just watched them play and they also wear red.
Yep.
But I knew I was wrong. There's nobody currently in session in the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. Everybody's starting with 5 on the track.
We have Bleeding Tart jamming for the Hearts and Ricochet for the Droids. Decoy doing good work up at the front. And Ricochet
allowing
through.
Ricochet through.
Nicely done.
Come on, Ricky. Bleeding Tart right on the heels. Oh, I saw some wheels go out of bounds for Tart. Wow.
Wow.
Caught the pack completely sleeping. Bleeding Tart now ahead of Ricky.
And Williams Shakespeare and company are setting up at the back. Call off. Well, 4 Bleeding Hearts to get any points.
I thought, okay, yep, so Tart did get assessed with a late penalty there. A contact penalty. I thought so, because the jam ended and she still made a collision with the blockers. So Riot is going to start in a power jam situation for DSTD.
Finney Kruger and company backing up. Oh, wow. That is a quick lead jammer for Riot. Finney Kruger, Pop-Tart, Blueberry Ruffin. Good defense there. Fighting off that Droid's offense.
Jammer standing, that's all I heard down there.
Yep. Good communication.
From the stands, possibly.
Lightning McQuinn and company. Able to burn off a lot of that penalty. Track cut. Pop-Tart.
Was it a track cut or was it a back block?
I saw an X.
I thought I saw a B.
Oh, there's a track cut.
Oh,
Bleeding Tart with the
Tart.
track cut.
Yeah, Pop-Tart was a back block. They happened simultaneously almost.
Yes.
Oh, good swing by Blueberry Ruffin there. $295 on the hearts.
That is
Lightning McQuinn.
Yep. Blueberry Ruffin and Pop-Tart, the breakfast defense there.
Low block.
Low block that sends
Kill Pickle.
Kill Pickle off. That was a good try to. And there we go.
Oh, is Tart going to get a contact penalty again for that?
Nope.
Okay. Row, wreck your bout, jamming for the hearts up against Ashtastic.
606 versus 666. So that's a lot of sixes there.
Beautiful job by Row. Row keeps taking the outside line. DSTD probably needs to think about that.
Yeah.
Because Row's being very predictable there.
I mean, if it's working. Oh, there we go. Cat closing that outside lane.
Paula Stock says, yeah, Riot. Heck yes, yeah, Riot. Row coming back around. Ash fairly stuck behind Sherbert and
Jigsaw
company.
Up for the offense.
Kill Pickle coming in with the O for Ash. Trying to go for a cat pass, but was denied. That would have been by Midnight Smack. That would have been a pass to Cat. Oh my goodness. 508 is everywhere on the track. Midnight Smack.
Yeah.
Just absolutely everywhere.
Just really eating that that offense.
Jigsaw trying to break up that DSTD blocker duo there at the end of the jam. But those DSTD blockers were not moving.
No.
Decoy, Avery Phylactic Shock wearing the stars for their respective teams. Penalty box again is clear.
Are you sure about that DSDD jammer, or is it a decoy?
Decoy quickly up at the top of the pack, pushing against Spinergy.
Oh, Decoy working hard. Lots of spinning there.
Spin, Klondike, and oh my gosh, they changed their name. Finney Kruger. Spin, grabbing a penalty there.
Avery Phylactic Shock is out, but about a half lap behind. Gwen Reaper and company opening a lane on the inside.
Avery escorted to the inside by Gwen Reaper. Avery 4 points on the board, Decoy 8 on the board.
And they're coming in for another run.
Decoy needs the points. Oh,
wow.
That was
Gwen
an
Reaper.
apex jump that was denied by Gwen Reaper.
Helmo and Gould takes one last shot, but Avery Phylactic Shock is through.
Shrugs it off. Decoy making some contact with Klondike, not able to stop the momentum though. Long drawback by Teenage Hurtbag. Great job there.
Oh, and there's the offense from Gould. Really left the defense aghast.
And unfortunately pulling a penalty in the process.
But Droid's holding on here. Avery Phylactic Shock's going to get 12 off of this, but meanwhile, we have a
two downsider star pass on the hearts from Avery Phylactic Shock to I believe Fruity Pebbles. Oh, Gwen Reaper taking that in the chest. Big hit there at the end. Just over 3 minutes left in this half. And we've got Ludini and Mystery Machine lined up on that Jam on Hawthorne jam line.
And we have an official timeout. This official timeout brought to you by our official realtor. Welcome to PDX.
While I have a moment, I'd love to say thank you to WSL Leadership Coaching. Learn how to transform interpersonal conflict into organizational justice at WSLleadership.com. Tickets for the 2024 WFTDA Global Championships are on sale now. November 1st through 3rd at the Veterans Memorial Coliseum here in Portland. Get your champs tickets now at WFTDAGlobalChamps.com. It's going to be 3 spectacular days of roller derby, 16 games with amazing
13 teams
international
from around the world.
Yes. And we were looking actually in between game 1 and game 2 at who's going to be there. And there's going to be some really interesting teams. There's some shakeup in who ended up going to champs. Toulouse Roller Derby and Nantes Roller Derby are both going to be there, representing folks from Europe. And then Malmo is going to be there too.
Right.
I'm blanking on their team name because it's not Malmo Roller Derby.
Is it Crime City?
It's Crime City.
Yes.
Thank you. Crime City is going to be there. We have VRDL coming all the way from the land down under.
Melbourne.
Mm-hmm.
And there's another Australian team, I believe. Am I right?
I think Adelaide was in regionals, but I don't think Adelaide's going. I mean, it would be very easy for me to open my phone and figure this out. People who are not going, Texas Roller Derby, which you and I were talking about earlier, London, not going to be there. So those are two big names that I was expecting to see there, and that's where some of the upset between Toulouse and Nantes, I think, came from.
Yeah. I remember seeing London, I think, for the first time back in 2010 at Eastern Regionals, back when we had, like, geographic divisions.
Ludini snaking around, possibly doing a vanishing act
Yes.
around Jawbreaker.
Mystery Machine. Trying to get through. Would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for collateral damage.
Oh, Adelaide will be at WFTDA Champs. Thank you, Breaded Shrimp Breaker. Is that Breadpool?
Possibly.
Because Breadpool's not here. I know Breadpool's out.
Wow. Williams Skate Spear trying to get up there just in time. Ludini is through, and that's going to be out of play on Jawbreaker. Jawbreaker should have known better.
Adelaide will be there. They're at the top of my list if I had just opened my Discord. Adelaide, Angel City, arch rival Atlanta, on and on and on. So you were very correct.
I was positive there were 2 Australian teams. So Cherry Jam and the Droids are going to be down 1 blocker with Jawbreaker sitting in that Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. And Avery Flactic Shock and Miss Garcia behind that Jam on Hawthorne jam line.
Miss Garcia quickly to the top of the pack. I was going to say, I'm pretty sure that was a contact penalty from Blueberry Ruffin.
Pop-Tart just...
Oh, Miss Garcia saw that and said, you are not going to get me to commit a cut track, Pop-Tart. Pop-Tart's going to push Miss Garcia out of bounds onto the inside anyways.
Yeah. Bleeding Heart's down 2 blockers now, but Pop-Tart just owning the back of the track.
Pop-Tart and Honey Basher.
Yeah, Kill Pickle up to try to eliminate Pop-Tart.
Pop-Tart again, just saying no thank you.
And Honey Basher with the force out. Wow.
Ooh, big hit to the inside.
That would be Pop-Tart again.
Miss Garcia just getting beat up.
Kill Pickle trying to get rid of. And there's the Two-Town Cider House star pass to Jawbreaker.
Chloe.
No, Chloe catch.
That's catastrophe.
Yeah.
Oh, and there is our intermission. Right before we go, we've got DSDD standing at 93 points and the Bleeding Heart sitting at 143. Penalties are pretty equally spaced between both teams and equally distributed among skaters. Bleeding Hearts with a few more than DSDD, but nobody's sitting at more than 2. Super exciting game so far.
Loving it.
I'm going to use the 10 minutes to go refill my drink, and I suggest everybody who's watching should do the same, and we'll be back.
See you then.
Hey folks, did you know that your head is not
Everybody's doing good on penalties. It's been a very aggressive game,
Yeah.
but very clean,
yeah.
which
No
is
one
my
with more than
favorite.
two.
My favorite type of derby.
And we're about to see, that looks like Havoc.
Oh, first time we're in the jammer start of this game. Havoc has been blocking. And then who is going to jam for the hearts? I don't think we know yet. Oh, Tart. And we've got Blueberry Ruffin and Honey Basher and Pop-Tart. All on the track. I can't see that far to see who's sitting in the penalty box for the Hearts, but
I believe it's Lightning McQuinn.
Here we go. Havoc and the Hot Jam.
Eastgate trying to move Honey Basher.
And
Havoc quickly up to the top of the pack around Jawbreaker
no,
and
that's Bleeding
Catastrophe.
Tart.
Just
Havoc's-
kidding.
Havoc has pulled the cap, though. Getting recycled behind Pop-Tart. Havoc trying to go through Blueberry Ruffin.
Literally through.
Yeah.
It was just a star stash. Havoc has the cap back on. Tart now at the back, picking up.
4 points.
Really? I would have given her 2. Again, this is
Wow.
why I'm not a ref.
Yeah. You're very stingy.
I guess I am.
Nom only wants to give 2 points per pass.
I didn't think that she made a full pass. I was like, where are my reads?
All
There's
right.
my reads.
Row, wreck your bout. And
Ricochet.
Ricochet.
Rowe quickly finding Gwen and Decoy and Ghoul up at the front of the pack, working all angles, trying to get around.
And there goes
There
Ricochet
goes Ricky,
with the
pinging.
bounce.
picking off of blockers, ricocheting off of blockers even. Rowe getting through only to find Decoy and Ghoul again.
And there's a track cut on somebody. That's Jigsaw.
Ricochet through on, picking up another 4 points, or 4 points for DSTD. Rowe still stuck in the back, has not finished an initial pass yet.
Now up against Cherry Jam and Decoy.
Ricky getting hit to the inside.
By collateral damage. There's the call off.
Somebody got an illegal procedure there at the end. That was a high block. Blocking with the head.
Yes.
H, blocking with the head.
Legal procedure, that
And a
would be
procedure.
Finney Kruger.
Okay.
So that's
Yep, Finney Kruger sitting there. So
3 skaters in that Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box.
Ghoul
2
is
of them are standing though.
And Jigsaw.
Apocalypse caught up behind Chloe Catastrophe.
And bouncing off of William Skatespear.
And Riot is through.
Nice escort to the outside by Cat.
Riot. I like the purple. Oh.
Ooh, that was a really big hit. I believe that's
Fruity
Fruity
Pebbles.
Pebbles. I believe Fruity Pebbles is another Cherry City transfer.
Really a serial killer there.
Ooh, Jigsaw and Fruity Pebbles making life hard for Riot.
Yeah.
Joined at the top by Finney Kruger.
Riot 1 to beat, now 2 to beat.
Fruity Pebbles kind of counts as more than 1, though. Oh, Riot through around Jigsaw, picking up 4 points. Riot is lead. Lex still stuck.
And that is, I think,
That's
Ghoul.
cool.
And that's going to be a back block on Riot. So Power Jam for Apocalypse and the Bleeding Hearts.
And the jam will go the full 2 minutes.
Not that it'll matter, there's less than 30 seconds left.
You know, it's just one of those things I say.
Yeah. Catastrophe doing good work there at the back of the pack. Lex has pulled the cap, but Fruity Pebbles didn't really recognize that initially.
Fruity Pebbles now at the front of the pack, getting around Kat and William Skatespeare. Just in time for the jam to be over. Pebbles able to pick up 4 points on that for the Bleeding Hearts.
105 to 151 with 25 minutes left in this game.
Sherbert, Lola, Danny DeFito, and who is timeout?
Official timeout brought to you by our official realtor. Welcome to PDX.
Hey folks, did you know that your head is not normal?
Galactics. Oh, wow. Yeah, Midnight Smack. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. But yes, Avery, Phylactic Shock, and Ashtastic both jamming.
Behind that Jam on Hawthorne Jam line and an empty Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box.
Therapy is not in session. Nice offensive work right off the line there for DSDD. That is just some excellent work being put in by Pandemonium. Avery Phylactic Shock is our lead jammer. Ash with the cap off. Looking for Pivot Havoc.
Havoc up at the front, though.
Nice job. Oh, that was beautiful by Jawbreaker.
Wow.
Oh, that was just an absolute precision takedown. Fantastic job. Recycled back to the back. Havoc now has the star on. That was a 2-town cider star pass to Havoc on the DSDDs. The DSDDs, I mean, technically that works, but it doesn't sound right.
No, it doesn't. The droids.
The droids.
All right, we got Mystery Machine and Ludini. Droids running that 4 corners.
There are 31 people on our stream right now. If you didn't hear me at the beginning of the game, tell us who you're cheering for and where you're cheering from. We'd love to give you and your skater a shout out. Decoy doing some yoga on that pivot line. Ludini shaking off a monster hit from Decoy, lead jammer.
And Pop-Tart with the recycle on Mystery Machine.
I have watched Pop-Tart skate for the last 3 or so years, and oh my goodness, it just gets better every single year, like exponentially better.
Honestly, probably one of the best pivots I can think of.
Yeah, he's fantastic. Mystery Machine.
Decoy, oh wow. Oh, Gwen Reaper able to extend the pack. Decoy with the force out.
But on a forearm. And Ludini read that correctly with a no pass, no penalty. I think they were really, or she was very curious if she was going to get a cut on that. Mystery Machine and Ludini now in a race. Ludini says, meh. Sounds like we have a timeout being called. That's a Welcome to PDX and Deb Counts Tabor timeout.
Called by the droids.
This timeout brought to you by RCR's official realtor. Welcome to PDX. William Riddle says, Grandpa Gig. Well, hello. Didn't I say there was 31 and now there's 41? There's 43.
All right.
Somehow
You magically...
I manifested 12 more listeners.
Yes. Well done. We're having a little skate around here, courtesy of Collateral Damage and Midnight Smack.
And we're sure you've seen the cans by now. If you're not local to Portland, though, you probably haven't. But head over to Gigantic Brewing and try an Ice Cold RCR Power Jam Ale. Brewed by our talented friends at Gigantic Brewing. It's the ultimate crusher for our super fans in the stands and skaters cooling down after a bout. Crisp, refreshing, and perfectly hoppy. Probably not these skaters cooling down after this bout.
No. Maybe last night's bout.
Last night's bouts for sure. There's our whistle. It looks like it's going to be a Bleeding Tart up against Ricochet. Bleeding Tart escorted to the inside by Chloe, by Catastrophe.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to take me forever to break that.
Yes, it is.
Decoy telling Ricky, follow me. I will get you through the pack.
And
Collateral Damage says no.
no.
Bleeding Tart through for 4.
Midnight Smack, one last hit.
And connected.
Perfect. Oh, that's going to be a cut. What?
No.
Oh, out of.
I think it was a no pass, no penalty.
All right, must have been just enough out of play.
And I bet you from our perspective, it looked like contact was made. I bet you contact was not made down there. Collateral Damage headed to the penalty box for a illegal procedure.
Comes Ricochet.
Ricochet
through
very easily on that inside line. Tart also through, picking up another 4. It's if Ricky gets through, it'll be just a null jam again.
And Ricky is through, courtesy of some offense there.
Eunice says, we love you, Ludini. Grandma is fascinated by roller derby, and Aunt Tia gets excited when somebody falls. Ludini is one of my, I'm sure you heard me say it earlier, but Ludini is one of my favorite skaters. I got to coach during exhibition season. Actually, Ludini may not have played exhibition, but she came to our scrimmages quite frequently. And I was always excited when she played on my bench.
All right, we got next up Riot and Row Wreck Your Bout.
Oh, perfect song for Riot. Smells like Teen Spirit.
Yep.
Row eking around Jawbreaker through for lead jammer. Riot right there.
And it is a foot race coming through that first straightaway. Wow.
Riot hit to the inside by
Fruity
Pebbles.
Fruity Pebbles, yep.
Both teams picking up 2.
And we've got
Avery and Ash.
Avery and Ash. It's been a popular jammer combination. Avery flat to shot, looks for the outside edge.
Gwen's right there, though.
Lola the Killer Bunny drifting up to play some offense, perhaps.
Havoc with the force out. Gwen with the knockdown. Everybody at a standstill.
And, oh, Havoc.
Just getting an edge on Avery there, enough to recycle. Ash pushing hard at the top of the pack against Sherbert, Finney Kruger, and somebody whose numbers I can't see yet. 496.
Oh, that's a saltwater taffy.
A saltwater taffy.
And we are almost a minute in, still no lead jammer. Ash up to the front, Ash lead jammer.
Sherbert taking a seat for a forearm.
And a saltwater taffy taking the
two-town
side
star pass.
There we go.
Taffy through with ease.
Really good at stretching the defense.
You know, when you and I first started announcing stream together, I was so jealous because you seem to know every skater's name, like without ever having to look it up. And I feel like I can almost hold my own with you on that now.
Excellent.
I almost know most of these skaters' names. Go a saltwater taffy from Dad in New Zealand. You win the furthest away award for this game.
Wow.
That
definitely beats Fort Lauderdale.
It does beat Florida by a little bit. Pop-Tart turning on the afterburners to get to that penalty box. Forearm call.
And Spinergy, last line of defense there, but Mystery Machine is through.
That is Cat up at the top, holding Ludini in place with some backup by Little T Rebel and Pandemonium. E-Skate Artist coming in to support that tripod as well.
Oh, good force out by Blueberry Ruffin.
Taffy, just kidding, Mystery Machine taking a seat for a cut.
Little T Rebel takes a shot.
Oh, Cat, such a good move.
Wow.
Pop-Tart keeping Cat from capitalizing on that recycle.
Smart play. Mystery Machine is standing.
We have no lead jammer. Beautiful job by Pop-Tart to neutralize the biggest threat down there on DSDD, which is Chloe Catastrophe right now.
And Mystery Machine up to the front, taking hits from everybody. Honey Basher, Spinergy.
Blueberry Ruffin, Pop-Tart.
Yeah.
Mystery Machine bumped to the outside again. Recycled right back into Spinergy and Pop-Tart. Ludini up at the top against Pandemonium, E-Skate Artist, and Chloe again. Chloe with the chase down.
Wow.
Catastrophe with the chase down.
And that is a 7-12 jam, 137-201 with 15 minutes left in this game.
I'd like to say thank you to a couple of our other sponsors. Thank you, Menopause Northwest, Portland Vital Signs, and Trailhead Credit Union for being our sponsors. Pop-Tart and Decoy jamming. Decoy quickly up and through lead jammer DSDD. Pop-Tart escorted to the outside by Havoc. Collateral damage, pulling a penalty.
That is
on
the
that.
play.
Tart hit to the outside.
Tart just stuck behind Havoc and Jawbreaker. And as I say that, getting free.
And a side of Kill Pickle, yeah?
Yeah.
Tart coming back around. Hit to the outside. Decoy. Decoy at least occupying all of the Hearts blockers so that no offense can happen.
It's like they've all been pulled away from the main part of the action. Decoy working its collateral damage. Accelerating up the, that outside to in acceleration was phenomenal. And Havoc.
Havoc and Jawbreaker up at the top, putting on a clinic with Tart as the unfortunate recipient.
And
that is going to be an in sub and a double. You cannot skate through the middle. Everybody does it once.
Once. Wow.
Collateral damage and Havoc really going at it. DSDD has managed to goat Collateral damage at the back.
And 20-point jam for Decoy.
That is a huge jam. DSDD, it could not come at a better time.
And it's now up to Ricochet to continue that momentum.
Beautiful Radical Wheels replay here of Decoy just shrugging it off.
Power start here for DSDD.
Ricochet, only jammer on that Jam on Hawthorne jammer line, finding the inside. Ricochet is free as the lead jammer. In the penalty box, Bleeding Tart getting some tips to just take the cap off and pass it as soon as she's back on the track. Meanwhile, Ricochet putting up 4.
The first penalty has expired, and now Bleeding Tart is standing after the second penalty. Wow, Blueberry roughing.
There was nobody watching that. I'm pretty sure that was a cut track for Ricky. But there was nobody watching it. There were no eyes on it.
Yeah.
But with the caveat that my angle is very different
Yes.
than a trackside angle.
Yeah, that was the far edge of the far side of the track from us.
Teenage Hurtbag shrugging off that offense right off the line from Lola.
And there goes
Rowe. Oh, managed to get around and stay in bounds against a catastrophe attack. A cat attack?
Yes.
A cat attack.
And
Riot.
that is Riot heading to the penalty box.
On a cut track.
Yep.
Riot has kept it interesting. A forearm, a back block, and a cut track. No repeats here. Oh, Riot easily through, but that is, oh my goodness gracious. Able to shrug off the Havoc, not able to shrug off the cat attack.
Meow.
Riot coming back on the track and finding a saltwater taffy and collateral damage in Sherbert.
And who's that up there? Is that Lola the Killer Bunny trying to provide some offense? It is.
It is. Oh, Havoc responsible for that one more time.
And that is Apocalypse and Ashtastic.
Taking a look at that Radical Wheels replay, huge hit by Havoc, causing Rowe to call that off. Excellent replay capture by our camera crew. Ashtastic and Apocalypse both wearing the stars.
And that was a pivot line start, which is ever so rare.
You know, between last night's games and these games, I've seen some interesting things that I hadn't seen in a while. I don't know, it's really kept me guessing. That is so far out of play.
And Jawbreaker's going to get flagged on that. Pretty sure Jawbreaker's not happy about that. Saying, I wasn't moving.
I think it was out of play, though.
Yeah,
it was
but
super out of play.
It was out of play, but Jawbreaker
Was yielding.
had the arms up, was yielding, and was just getting contacted with. And
See,
wow.
one of those nuances.
Yep. 4 skaters in that Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. That is some serious group therapy. 5 skaters, yep, and now down to 3.
Goodness gracious.
Great balls of fire. And Bleeding Hearts losing another.
Fruity Pebbles on a illegal procedure.
And Pop-Tart recycling Ash-tastic.
And brilliantly holding. The way that Pop-Tart is able to just get so low, get that front leg extended into an amazing plow, and be immovable.
Yeah.
Really should have a name relative to physics, because that's what they're doing right here.
Yep.
So it was really interesting. I was sitting, I think I told you, for the first game last night, I was second chair medic. And it was so much fun sitting with Jennifer, the head medic down there, because we talked about a lot of things. We were talking about derby. And I refer to derby as full contact. And she's like, actually, because she's a sports trainer, she's like, that's not what we qualify derby as at all. There's non-contact, contact, she's like, and collision. Roller derby is a collision sport because you are actively trying to collide with another player as opposed to accidental contact that may happen in, like, soccer.
Interesting.
Yeah, I thought it was a very interesting distinction. And you know what? It just makes derby sound a little bit more badass to be called a collision sport.
Yeah. I'm down with that.
Meanwhile, Mystery Machine is lead. Avery Phylactic Shock is out on initial and looking to score points. Mystery Machine with 4 on the board.
And Avery Phylactic Shock just cruising through the pack.
Mystery Machine finding Finney Kruger, shrugging off that hit. Shrugging off a hit from Jigsaw, shrugging off a hit from everybody.
Yep, pretty much. And Ghoul and Company holding the line.
Oh, that's because it's Ghoul and Gwen.
And Mystery Machine sliding through backwards.
A little kill pickle. And some Miss Garcia. Nice recycle back by Miss Garcia.
Hasn't had a good night as a jammer, but doing great as a pivot there.
Putting work in as a pivot for sure. Mystery Machine with another 4 on the board. 16-point jam. Mystery Machine has single-handedly, well, between her and Decoy, closed the gap in score between these two teams.
Yeah.
We're now at 184 to 220, which is not a bad
crazy
score differential.
No, especially not with 5 minutes left. It's not exactly what you want if you're the team that's down, but you're at least within like striking distance. And Midnight Snack doing great work there at the back of the pack.
Machine shrugging everything off again. Up at the front of the pack, that is Midnight Smack. And forcing the call off by Mystery Machine. And it sounds like we've got a timeout on the board.
Timeout being called by the Droids.
As always, it's a Welcome to PDX timeout. This timeout brought to you by Welcome to PDX and Deb Count Stapler.
So that was a 20-8 jam. So our differential is 36 right now.
Which actually is about where it's been hanging out.
No, they've been down by about 50 or 60, so they've clawed back into striking distance.
See, you told me that I was stingy with points, but now I was trying to it's fine. I can have it both ways.
Yes, you can.
36 points is 2 good jams.
Yeah.
Actually, like a good jam and a moderate jam.
Yeah.
I see now we're up to over 50 people on the stream. Let us know who you're cheering for and where you're cheering from, and we'd love to give you a shout out. I'd like to know what our streaming record is for a juniors bout.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think Bridge City Riot routinely had over 100. Decoy and Ludini both wearing the stars. Decoy, oh man, capitalizing off of that offense provided by Pandemonium. Decoy is lead.
And Pandemonium switching to defense, slowing down Ludini just enough to get help there. Havoc with the force out. Decoy, that's one scoring pass. Havoc once again.
Direction.
That's Klondike
on
heading to the box.
Klondike. Ludini now through on initial.
I feel like the droids have to run this at this point.
Yeah, and just
and hope Decoy can do it, and Decoy's getting it done.
Well, and hope that their defense can do it, which, I mean, it's Cherry Jam and Havoc. Havoc with the chase down and the bump out. That was beautiful. Also, what was beautiful there was that Chloe and Pandemonium extended the pack so that was not an out-of-play hit.
Yep.
That was gorgeous. Oh, Chris Sierra cheering Pop-Tart on from Maui. Hello, Chris. Welcome. 20 points between the teams now. Decoy, strong contender for MVP Jammer.
Yeah, Decoy's just getting it done.
Getting around Blueberry Ruffin. Good job. Holy cow.
Ludini's about to get 4 points here, but
so is Decoy.
Yeah, and Ludini's gassed. Decoy's got enough to get through.
Decoy can get ahead of Ludini here, hopefully, or call it, or count on your blockers to stop it.
Good work
Thank
by
you,
Spinner
Chloe. Cat up to the front. Yes, Decoy putting up 3. Good job, Decoy. Reduce that to 16, just kidding, 16 points.
Yeah, 16 points.
That is doable for DSDD. DSDD has potential to come back and win this game.
And they will have just enough time to stop the clock after this jam, even if it's a 2-minute one. We've got Ricochet and collateral damage, so the Bleeding Hearts cannot run out the clock necessarily. There goes collateral damage. There goes Ricochet.
These are the games you live for in roller derby as an announcer, the ones that come down to the absolute wire.
Yeah.
Both teams want it real bad right now. Tom picking up just a couple, enough to stay ahead.
2 points. I see 2 points in the, there we go. So it's now an 18-point game. And Bleeding Tart and Riot. Tart can run this out if she can get the lead.
Tart and Riot have both had their fair share of penalties this game.
Yeah. And there goes Tart.
Tart through.
Lead jammer.
Just needs to hold on to it to let the Hearts win.
Yeah, and not get a penalty.
Riot through.
Tart coming into the pack. Pushing through, getting to the front.
And that's Havoc. Oh, man. Tart able to get around Havoc.
And there goes Riot.
With a Zoom Room Apex jump.
No.
Oh.
Did not get that other skate in.
Riot headed to the penalty box. Bleeding Tart in a power jam. Bleeding Tart just has to not get a penalty.
And
Havoc, come on, you knew.
Yeah, that's a forearm. And now, wow, 3 droids in the penalty box.
That is the best case scenario for the Hearts right now.
Yeah, so that is some serious group therapy as time ticks down.
Oh, nice try by Ghoul. So close to a low block, however. Riot back on the track. Nope.
Nope. Got to reset.
Cat back out on the track. That is the absolute jammer killer on DSTD right now. That's out of play. Guess it wasn't.
It was close. Riot has to recycle behind Honey Badger and is that Pop-Tart? Yep.
That's Fruity Pebbles.
All right, period clock has expired. We are on jam time now. Tart can call this at any time.
Tart recycled to the back. Riot headed to the penalty box again.
On a track cut.
A direction on Pop-Tart. But that's it, folks. That is it. That was a game.
Yeah,
Guns.
it was.
That was a game. Unofficial score, we're waiting for points to be put up on the board. Tart with an amazing last jam there of 20 points. Deskar Derby Droids 219, Bleeding Hearts 253. Wow, that is all I can say.
That was fun.
That was a fun game. Thank you so much for tuning in with us this afternoon to watch these two amazing juniors teams battle it out. And we can't wait to see you in just a few more weeks for the beginning of our November game series. October game series.
October game
Oh my
series.
gosh, I just completely missed a month.
Yes.
We're going to send it down to Tofurious on the floor for MVPs, but thanks again. I'm Omnomnomivore.
On Puns and Roses.
We'll talk to you later.
Starts. All right, let's put our hands together now for the Death Scar Derby Droids. All right, Derby fans. Like I said, just hang around for another minute here. We'll have the announcement of the MVPs. I understand. Just another minute here. They're going to decide, the players decide who gets the award here at the end of the game. Y'all ready? All right. Y'all ready? Are we ready? Ready? Okay. All right, so we're ready. Here we go. One of the Bleeding Hearts go first. So we want MVP blocker. Let's do that one first.
The Escape Artist.
The Escape Artist. There we go. All right, and then we'll have MVP jammer.
Ricochet!
Ricochet. Awesome. Awesome. Where are we? Oh, right here. MVP jammer.
Ludini.
Ludini. That's a good choice. What a great game. All right. There they are. And MVP blocker.
Mazzy. Mazzy?
All right. There we go. All right, so let's have our MVPs right here in the middle for a photo. Right here, MVPs right here for a good photo in front of the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. Awesome. All right, thank you all for coming out today. Hey, while we're here, I also understand it's Coach Willow's birthday tomorrow. So Coach Willow, awesome skater in their own right, also coaching and doing all this stuff for the league. We'd like to thank them, Coach Willow. Thank you. Happy birthday. And a big photo op now, and thank you all for coming. Please be safe. Many hands make light work. Please, if you would, pick up some trash on your way out. We appreciate